the ultimate jam band community podcast where the grooves are endless and the vibes are infectious. This month, join us, your hosts, Kara, Nikki, and Jess, for Women's History Month. This episode, we're honoring the women behind the scene, the wives that support their husbands. But first, we have tour dates.
Well, we have Phish tour dates. That's pretty exciting.
Yay.
So I am not going anywhere on this tour because I am going to Montegreen. Cannot afford more tickets, especially for other reasons that were also announced today. But I will be here in the city for all of those dates. What about you, Nikki?
Well, they're doing a lot of Midwest, so this is to my advantage.
Finally, you needed a win.
I know. I'm going to Alpine, and then I'm doing, of course, Van Andel, because it's basically hometown. It's less than an hour away. It's just up the road. So Grand Rapids is very close. And I've been to Van Andel twice before. The last time they played there was 26 years ago, for fuck's sake. We can cut that out if we need to.
We can drop F-bombs. That's fine.
Because that's how I feel. It's been a long time since they played this side of the state. They played a venue in Kalamazoo Wing Stadium, 98. So it's been a long time since they've played in West Michigan. Normally I have to go Chicago way or Deer Creek, but we got Deer Creek too. It's really weird to me though, because all through the 90s, they would play Deer Creek and Alpine like back to back, one way or the other. And you could plan it, you could drive from Alpine all the way down to Deer Creek or back the other way, whichever way they went. And they're not doing that. Like in between Alpine and Deer Creek is St. Louis, which is weird. I don't know why they're doing that. So I'm kind of bummed because it makes it a little bit difficult. I can't do Deer Creek because of that, but I'm definitely doing Alpine, which is a weekend, which you guys need to get to Alpine at some point. It's a very cool venue. It's like the third largest one in the US. It holds 40,000 friggin' people.
Yeah, I've heard that. And it's beautiful, right? It's cool looking.
Gorgeous. It's right in the middle of cow fields and cornfields and cow pastures. Like literally, and it's on a ski resort. So you're on like a big, huge hill. When you're in the pavilion, you cannot see the top of the hill. It's so big. And you're looking out over these ski hills. There's ski lifts and stuff you can see, and it's just green everywhere. It's beautiful. It's about an hour north of Chicago. So It's a really, really pretty place. I've seen a lot of shows there. It is great. Deer Creek is a good place to go see a show just because it's Deer Creek. It's not in a pretty location at all. It's actually pretty ugly there. It's not a really like nice area. It's flat as can be. It's right outside of Indy. There's nothing going on there. You got to go into Indy for everything. The lineup they have, and then they have Bethel Woods, which is another old school venue. Have you been there? I've never been.
I saw Further there when I was at summer camp, because I went to camp across the lake from Bethel Woods when I was little. There was one summer I wasn't at camp, but it was visiting day. My brother and sister were at camp. So we drove up and we were like, what do we do the night before? And there was a Further show. I did not know who the Grateful Dead was. And my parents did, but they didn't really know what Further was because, it was a spinoff. And that was the first time I smelled weed. I want to say I was like 12, which I feel like kind of late. But I was with my parents. It was really fun. I remember at Bethel Woods, like sitting on the lawn, and we looked over at a guy next to us. He was just like spinning, looking at me by himself. And my dad looked at me and went, that man puts on a suit and goes to work probably as like a lawyer or something tomorrow. And you would never know.
That's what you aspired to be your whole life, right?
Actually, very much so. I have been to Bethel Woods.
That's cool. I've never been to any of those places until I started dating Matt, and I went to some of those shows out there. They're doing Mohegan.
Yeah.
Before they go over to Wisconsin, which I don't understand their plan of attack. It's kind of zigzagging all over the fucking place.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it to any Phish shows this summer just because I'm getting my master's and that's year-round process. So it really depends. I don't even have my class schedule yet for the summer. Possibly Dick's because like I'll be in Wyoming for some of August and some of September, but sometimes Jackson has their own music festivals, so I'd prioritize a Jackson festival over Dick's.
Yeah, so the lineup is fantastic for me this time. So we've got we've got the Van Andel, and then we got Mondegreen after that, and then Dick's. You going to Dick's, Kara?
Up in the air. Really depends on the boyfriend and his crew, because I'm already going to Colorado for Goose in June. So it's going to be tight doing Colorado
Going back
twice.
in September. Yeah, or
Yeah,
August.
and
August, yeah.
yeah, and I'm prepping for my sabbatical, and that kind of limits how much PTO I get this year. So I'm taking a 6-week sabbatical at the end of the year.
Oh, what's that for?
Yeah. We get it. It's like an anniversary thing at my company, and I'm going to do it probably over the holidays. So that way I can go just put Brooklyn in a car and go travel around the country.
Fucking awesome. I'm so jealous.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be a tour going on this winter that I can go follow, but we'll see. I'm taking sabbatical, bitches. And I'm going on Goose tour. Speaking of Goose, we have 4 nights at the Cap. It's exciting. I think Jess and I are very excited because another local show. So sorry, Nikki.
So hyped and equally mad.
Yeah, it's so nice to have shows so close, and it's great, but it's also school nights for those of us who work.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like I was thinking, oh, if it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can go.
Right?
No.
Pete Shapiro is like, I saw that shit on YouTube. Let's put some dates on the calendar. That's probably what happened. Right?
They're sounding fantastic, so I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem. They just got to get Cotter to learn more songs, because right now he only knows 4, 6.
6.
And unless it's going to be 4 nights of 6 songs over and over.
Just a whole bunch of instrumental jams for 4 days.
I'm very excited to be at Cotter's first show.
I feel like
that's what I'm like dying inside about.
Just like when they played Radio City, it was like a historic moment for the band. Like, I'm very excited to be part of Goose history. Granted, we don't have tickets yet, but I will be there.
Yeah, you gotta put in that lottery, which is brilliant, by the way. Only lottery tickets is fantastic.
It's fantastic, and the way they let you do it is like best available. So like you can put in for all levels, and then it'll say it's charging you for the highest amount, but you could end up getting any amount. So you could say I want 4 in every single section. It's not going to give you 4 in every single section, but you'll at least probably come out with something. So at least people who really want to go will get in the doors. So that's good. But that's always the case, at least with people who really want to go. They'll always get it.
It's really nice that like Goose is listening to their fans and like doing what's best for the fans.
They're also doing 4 days in a venue that's too small for them now.
Yes.
Right. That's also the other case, right? Is like on weeknights, granted. So like mostly local people are going to be there, which is great, but they're too big for that venue now. So it's going to be a hard ticket, if you
especially
don't get
for the first shows with Cotter, they're selling out.
Absolutely. It's going to be sold out. People are going to make their way there. But hopefully it works out. I'm putting good vibes out there. Good vibes for everybody.
The only thing that stinks about it is that people were planning, because they said, here's our first shows. Was the summer tour, and people were like, I'm going to be at that first show, man. I'm going to be there. And now it's not the first show. So it's kind of a shitty thing to do, but I understand what they're doing. I'm not mad at them about it, because I'm not one of those. But for the people that did plan it that way, it's kind of crappy to kind of spring that on people after the fact.
A last minute show drop date isn't great. Although I'm one of those people who can make it there on a whim, so I'm not that mad, as much as I'm like, really?
Yeah.
For the days of the week.
Exactly.
I'm also happy because I get Goose birthday week, so that I'm always happy with birthday Goose. It's the 14th, so it's like the week before my birthday, but it's still the same week. So
that's really cool, though. Did you guys see the video? Did you guys watch the montage video of Cotter in training?
Yes.
Why did he eat an egg? I don't know.
It was kind of grossed out.
But he my question is, did he actually swallow it, or did he
looked like it?
Did they do video editing?
Right. I'm hyped about the montage because we got to see Trevor take his shirt off.
I know.
It didn't fully come off.
I don't care. I screamed.
It was buttoned down.
I was in a cafe this morning studying for my accounting midterm, and I was like, oh my God.
He's
Damn, Trev, you getting laser hair removal? You let Rick wax your back? Sorry.
Don't start them rumors.
That should be on a t-shirt. You let Rick wax your back.
I loved that moment. But
that was pretty funny. I thought the drawing part was pretty hilarious.
who drew the
Clap.
actual picture?
Good question. Inquiring minds want to know, Goose, who drew the picture?
I mean, I want stick figure
Which they could
Trevor.
make into a t-shirt as well and make a lot of money off of.
Honestly, stick figure Trevor was better than I could have drawn Trevor.
It was just a head.
Yeah.
Potato head. Mr. Potato
And
Head.
sunglasses.
Rick has really high standards. But that was a really smart move for them. A really good promo video. I was not expecting anything today. And you know what else we got today? The name of Beyonce's new album, which I'm hyped for. You don't have to be, but we're getting Cowboy Carter. So, woohoo. March 29th.
We're happy for you.
Just be happy for me. I was like, and Brooke, who you'll hear from later.
A little foreshadowing.
A little foreshadowing of our next conversation. So on that note, I think that's a perfect transition for us to move over to the Cool Wives Club. We had some wonderful women come on the pod to talk to us for Women's History Month. Here we go.
Enjoy. This episode, we're honoring the women behind the scene, the wives that support their husbands while on tour. Today, we have some cool wives with us. We want to welcome Courtney, Brooke, and Mandi. So let's get started. So ladies, can you tell us a little bit about yourselves, your husband's name, your kids, where you're zooming from right now?
Sure. My name is Brooke. I'm zooming in from New York, New York on this lovely Sunday where it feels like spring. My husband's name is Jordan. He's been quite an active member in the jam band community for quite some time now. We are a dual income, no kids, dog parents family. We have a great dog named Butters, who's also supportive of the community. And she's actually the muse of my husband's dog toy company called Dog Face Toys.
My name is Courtney. My husband's name is Josh. We have 3 kids, Layla, Benny, and Miles, and 2 dogs and 1 cat. So we're pretty busy. We live right outside Philadelphia in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. My husband, Josh, we're both big music lovers for years and years and years. I think that's what brought us together back, oh my goodness, 22 years ago or something. But he discovered Goose, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago, and he fell hard and fast. And it's been a wonderful addition to his life. So I try to be as supportive as possible. And that's it.
Thank you.
I'm Mandi. We have 3 kids also. We have a dog, and we live also outside Philadelphia in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And my husband's name is Bill. And it's funny because I've never met Courtney before. I think I met Brooke. We met in at SPAC.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. When you said Jordan, I was like, oh, that's who that is. You look different because your hair's up. So, but I have met Josh before a couple of times, 5 or 6 times probably. So it's nice to meet Courtney.
You too.
Have a face for the name. And yeah, so.
Well, welcome. Thank you. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for taking time out to chat with us today. So one of you kind of led into that, but I have a question about how you met your husbands. How long ago did you meet them? Kind of just like a general idea, if it was, through music or through school or whatever, if you guys could give us that kind of a rundown.
Sure. So I met my husband in 2008 here in New York City. We met through a mutual friend. It was a girl that I became friends with in college who was from Toronto, where my husband's from. We first met, I think it was August 2008 at a brunch. Honestly, didn't really talk to each other. Then we met up again in October within the same friends group at a bar in the Lower East Side. They were handing out free shots, and the group we were with, no one wanted to do them. So Jordan and I were like, heck yeah, let's go do some shots. Found out we lived a couple blocks from each other on the Upper East Side. He was with a girl at the time, but she was moving back to Toronto, and I was very ballsy when I was younger and didn't seem to care and asked for his number anyways, thinking, hey, we live near each other. Maybe he has some friends, maybe who knows. We went on a date 2 weeks later and been together ever since. And we'll be actually married 10 years, May 18th this year. So yeah,
That's
it's been
awesome.
a wild ride. Yeah.
So Josh and I met November 2002 in college. We both went to the University of Central Florida in Orlando. I remember
So did I.
What?
So did I. I went to UCF.
You did?
Yes. There's a
I didn't know.
that's how Josh and I connected on Twitter, actually.
What a small world.
Yeah. And you're a sorority sister to my friend Karen.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, I think we talked about this. Yeah, it really is like a tiny, tiny world when, especially with music, it feels like everywhere I go. That is really funny, Kara. We'll have to talk later.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where we met. I was at a party at his fraternity, and he was sitting on the steps. And I remember I turned to my friend and I was like, he looks like John Mayer. And she was like, no, he doesn't. And in my head, I was like, he does. And that was it. I mean, I think after that day, boom, we never really, that was it. He's from South Florida, and he moved up here after we graduated in 2007, and we got married 2010. So we're coming up on 14 years of marriage, which is crazy because I'm only 21. No, I'm just kidding.
It is crazy. Thank you. That's awesome. Mandi, you're up.
Bill and I met in college at a party. Actually, he thought that I was someone's little sister, and he said that to me. And it turned out that I was actually older than him. He went to college when he was 17. So this is when we were 17 and 18. And I remember thinking, like, who is this guy? Asking if I'm like, it was like my friend's house too. It was like, he was like the intruder, like coming to this party, and he's gonna like call me some little like teenager or something.
Well, Mandi, we've seen the picture. You did look really young.
Yeah, can confirm. I've seen that picture, and Bill told me the same story.
You look like a baby.
Did you see the one where I'm wearing the Phish shirt?
Yep, that's the one.
That's a funny story too, actually, that shirt. So, and then we were in the same friend group for years. I was dating this guy at the time. And then as soon as we broke up, Bill and I started dating. And we've been married for this August will be 21 years. So last year was our 20 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We got married when we were pretty young. So yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So you kind of answered the questions for Mandi, at least, I think. Did you know that your husbands were into jam band music when you guys met? And were you into the jam bands before meeting him?
So you would think that I would have realized how much he was into jam bands, given that when he told me he loved me, he was playing Waiting in the Velvet Sea. I think I was really young and naive, and yes, I'm from upstate New York originally, so I knew who Phish was. I actually downloaded Bouncing Around the Room on Napster back in the day.
Ooh-hoo.
But definitely have different music tastes, and just thought it was really sweet that he was playing me this song from an old band that he liked. I think because Phish was on their break during that time. It didn't dawn on me until years later in 2017 when I went to grad school, and Phish had been back on tour, and suddenly he filled his free time with music while I was working and going to school at night. I don't remember if you asked, I'm not a member of the jam band community. I'm not per se a jam band. It's not really the type of music I listen to.
That's okay.
But I have since learned a lot about the community and different types of music. And I will say Goose is probably the first jam band that I can really support and get behind their music. Plus Rick is very nice to look at, so that helps.
Really
He's dreamy.
He's very dreamy. Very dreamy.
Even my boyfriend thinks he's dreamy. So
He's dreamy.
I mean, I think it's like it's
Although when they
you feel-
start jamming, that's when I'm like breaking out Candy Crush on my phone, being like, okay, and next.
I love that. So to answer your question, I think that's almost what drew me to Josh. So I was very far from home and I missed my friends and my family, and I am the youngest of four. And my two brothers and my brother-in-law have been to countless Phish shows. They were big Phish fans. So I really grew up. That's all I knew. I'm the youngest of four, so it was like Phish was like embedded in my brain. And a lot of people in Florida like country music, like, which is fine, to each their own. It's just not my style. I at the time was really into Dave Matthews Band. I had been to like 100, I don't know, many shows. So I think music almost was the big catalyst for bringing us together. From the start, he would make me mix CDs. That's like how he wormed his way into my heart, because it was weekly mix CDs. And it was, I wish it's such a lost art form because it's really sweet now. But I definitely think music played a huge role. Like you were saying, Brooke, I can appreciate it. I don't know if it's my number one. Right now, all we're listening to, my daughter and I, is Taylor Swift. If I'm being honest, she's my number one. But I do really, I appreciate the community. I think it's a really beautiful community. I think I love what they stand for. I love the clothing. I love it all. So I get it. I definitely get it.
Fantastic. Mandi.
I think we kind of like were into it separately, and like you were talking about that shirt, the picture. That shirt was my best friend from college, a shirt that I must have worn home for Christmas break. That Phish shirt. She's actually the person that got me into like jam bands. And we went to see Phish at the Bryce Jordan and at Penn State when we were freshmen in college. So that actually would have been before I met Bill. I met Bill the next year, my sophomore year. So I would say we were kind of separately. And then, we had 3 kids, and like, as I'm sure Courtney can attest to this, your life kind of like revolves around them. When they're little, they need so much. And then at some point they don't need as much, and you have more free time to do things. And Bill, found Goose, like you said, about 3 years ago, and has, been to a ton of shows since then. So he's,
Is that your preferred music?
I like it for sure. I'm one of 4 kids too, and I have an older brother, and I feel like I really like the music that he listened to growing up because I like idolized him. So like I like Wu-Tang Clan. I've been listening to Wu-Tang Clan all week. I know all of the words to a lot of the songs from like listening to it since I was like 18 or even younger, probably like 15. But I also like Taylor Swift. We love Taylor Swift. I'm kind of all over the place. I love 90s music. Like for my 40th birthday party, we had a band come and play all 90s music. It was like the greatest ever. It was super fun. So yeah.
That's awesome. Nothing wrong with 90s music.
I never pinned you for a Wu-Tang Clan fan.
Yeah. That's kind of surprising.
Triumph is the greatest Wu-Tang Clan. Like I forgot about that song, and I've just been playing it on repeat all week. So good.
I love it. So, sticking on the jam pan thing, how many shows have you been to, and how many have you been to together as opposed to him going solo or you going solo?
Sure. So I've been to one Goose show up in Saratoga at SPAC. It was a good show. Plus, I'm from outside Albany, so
Great
it was
show.
nice to be in my town. Phish, I think we did 10 or 11 when they kind of were getting back together. We did kind of like a tour down south, and then there was a festival in the middle of New York State. We have we seen Dave Matthews together? Probably. And that was probably it. Every other show, and he's been to, I don't know, 170 by now. He's gone on his own. He's been to too many. I don't get it. Yeah.
He's been
So
to
I did initially, I was, like, oh, cool. I'll listen to this music with you. I like you so much. And I spent the last one in the car being like, never again. It is just not my scene, not my people, not my music.
That's okay. It's understandable.
I love beats and club music and hip hop and could go see Beyonce and Taylor and artists like that any night of the week. But when it comes to the jam music, I kind of want to claw my eyes out.
Well, hey, and that's kind of like another question. So what's your favorite show you've been to then?
But yeah, I would say Goose maybe.
And not jam band, just like any show. Like, what's your favorite concert that you have ever been to? The Beyonce?
Her latest concert was mind blowing. And then I might be going to see I might be seeing Taylor in Paris in May. So I feel like that might become my number one concert. But funny enough, growing up, I was a big Incubus fan in high school, which later I learned, like, I think Brendan Boyd likes Phish and Trey, which makes me like them less. But when I was younger, Incubus and then Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then as I got older, I think, yeah, Beyonce. I've seen her 5 times now. Just amazing. Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah. And even like, I'm obsessed and I don't love country, but I'm like, yeehaw, get me some cowboy boots, get me a hat. I am on board. If Beyonce does country, I'm down.
What do you guys think of her new song? So good.
Can't stop listening to it.
Me neither.
All of us.
So good.
Is she doing country? Is that what her new song is?
She came out with a country album.
Oh.
Mhm.
So it's Renaissance Part 2. So Part 1 was like disco house. Part 2 is going to be country. There's rumors Part 3 will be like rock and roll, and she's trying to reclaim historic like Black created music. And I hate country, but the new songs are really, really great.
So good. So good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Texas Hold'em is
So good.
literally 20
Yeah.
times a day in my house. It's so
Really
good. Right. So I have been to a handful of Phish shows in Camden and I think a couple in Florida. And then I've seen Goose. My first show was when Trey and
Caboose? Oh, good show. Very good show.
yeah, that in Reading. That was my
We
first
were
show.
there.
And we brought my 10-year-old, my middle son, Benny came. And we both really loved it, but at intermission, he was like, hey, let's go. So I said, okay. And I drove him home and Josh stayed. And then I saw Goose at the Met. And then we just went to Vegas and I saw Goose and Adele. And I loved them both equally.
So what is your favorite concert period you've ever been to?
Oh, that is very hard. I think I'm going to go with Stevie Wonder because Prince came out and it was like mind blowing. That was in New York.
That's a good answer.
Latest Taylor Swift concert was so unbelievable and so much fun and such a bonding experience with my daughter, my oldest daughter. My kids are 12, 11, and 4. So my daughter, it was so beautiful and so much fun. So, and honestly, even Adele, the show I just saw in Vegas, like if you guys can go, you should really go. She's unbelievable, like a once in a lifetime voice. But I think overall I'm going Stevie Wonder and Prince.
That's a good answer. That's a really good answer.
Wait, I'm going to tell you who. This was who was at my Adele concert just now when we were in Vegas. I look over, there's Paul McCartney, there's LeBron James, Jeff Bezos, John Bon Jovi, and Oprah.
All of them?
So I think that's why it was so amazing. And Josh didn't come. I don't remember why, but he didn't come. And I came out of the show and I was like, while you were gambling, I was with
You were hanging out with Paul McCartney and John Bon Jovi.
I watched him dance.
We're hanging out with
Oh
the
my
most
God.
powerful people in America. Like in case there was like an emergency, like it's like when the president and all of Congress
It
gets
shouldn't all be in the
We
same
would
spot.
all be dead and they would be evacuated.
Yeah.
wow.
The Billionaires
That's
Club.
kind of impressive.
It
That's
was
kind of
really
impressive.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Good answer.
Where did you have to like go over? Like, was there really big security? Could you be like,
Big security, but we had like the front row of the top, what do you call it? The mezzanine. So I was with my niece and she kept going, stop looking at them. Cause I think the whole time, cause they were right in my direct eyesight. And Adele was so beautiful and she uses like fire and the stage moved. And I really wanted to watch, but I was just eyes on Paul McCartney.
It'd be hard.
It's Paul McCartney.
It's friggin' Paul McCartney.
Not Paul McCartney.
Wow.
That's awesome. That was a good one. I like that story. Mandi, do you want the question again?
No, I know the question. I'm not sure of the answer. Bill, I have no idea how many shows he's been to.
I think Bill's been to every show ever. That man just always has extra
He's
tickets
always
for
there.
things. He's just
Yeah.
always going. He's like, "Do you get a ticket for this? I have an extra. You want to go to that? Like, I have an extra." Even like Taylor Swift, he was talking about like having tickets for like outside of the jam community. Bill just like has tickets.
He's
Yeah,
the hookup.
Bill does have tickets. It's funny because I used to sell tickets my last job before the pandemic, and now Bill's like the ticket guy. I used to be a ticket girl. But I would say, how many shows have I been to? I have no idea. 30, maybe ish,
That's pretty good.
maybe 20. I don't know. William knows exactly how many shows my son that he's been to, and he was telling me this morning that if he goes to see Phish for New Year's Eve again this year, it'll be his 20th show on New Year's Eve. And he said that he likes to use big words, but he doesn't use them correctly. He doesn't know what they mean all the time. And what did he say? He said a landmark. He said it will be a landmark. And I said, not what that word means. He was like so excited. It was very cute. He's like, it'll be a landmark event. Very cute. Yeah.
I mean, we can make that a thing. It's a landmark event.
It's
Like
a
his
landmark.
20th show is a landmark event. We should
Yeah.
all we should all wear t-shirts on his 20th show that say it's a landmark event.
You should.
Just we'll buy them and get and they'll be sponsored by the Flock.
William was making fun of me because I've only been to 4 Phish shows, and so he was like, "I've been to all of these. Like, these are all my favorite songs, and here's what they're gonna play tonight." And like, it's just
He knows the shit.
He's really
He knows
funny.
the shit.
Funny because his friends are like, I mean, none of his friends' parents are into jam bands. So like his friends have like no idea what he's talking about at any given time. No clue.
I love kids like that though. I mean, he's unique. You don't
Yeah.
have to go with the flow. You can do what you want.
At his
It's beautiful.
parent-teacher conference, his teacher just kept saying, he's a really cool kid. He's just cool. She must have said that he was cool 500 times. So like it was
so
just really
nice.
funny. And another teacher at the school, he gets OT for like handwriting, and she's like really into the Grateful Dead, and she's like always saying that she wants to meet him at a Grateful Dead show sometime. And yeah.
So let's stay on this topic too a little bit. So we know you guys which ones have kids and fur babies. So tell me your thoughts about kids going to shows. We know you like to bring them to shows. You already mentioned that, and how they feel about the experience, how they feel about the music, what you kind of do when they see activities going on that are a little bit different than what you'd see at a mainline concert, so to speak. Tell us a little bit about that in regards to the children, and then we'll talk about fur baby things, because that also requires a whole nother area of expertise when you have people leaving. So if you want to tell us about the children first, we'll start there.
Sure. So, if it was up to Josh, all 3 kids would go to every show.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but I kind of, I know what happens at these shows. We joke that when we took Benny to see Trey and Goose, he got high for the first time.
Got
I mean, his
contact.
eyes were bulging out of his head. That's why we left. So I think I am hesitant to bring my kids to shows. Now, I love music in general. So I've taken my daughter to see Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift, and Benny's been to, he's very excited. He loves Drake. And for Hanukkah, he got a ticket to Drake as a gift. So he's very excited. So I'm all for them experience shows, but there is a limit of for me, just because I see what's going on, and they're still young and I want to keep them young forever.
Exactly. No, I had the same experience with my daughter. I took her to a lot of shows when she was younger, and the first one she noticed she smelled stuff was when we went to the Fare Thee Well shows in Chicago for the Grateful Dead, and she kept asking me what the smell was, and we had to have that little conversation. She was 11 at the time, so it was probably the age. When she was younger, she really didn't notice, but when she got older, we had to have that conversation. And I I don't want to shelter her, but I did want her to understand what it was and the responsibility that came with it and why people do it and why you should or shouldn't. So kind of led to some good conversations, but I can totally understand younger than that with kids. Sometimes it's not the most exemplary type of
Yeah.
behavior. So I get that. Mandi, what about you and your babies?
Well, so our girls are teenagers. They're 13 and just turned 16. Anna's going to be getting her permit in like 2 weeks.
I'm sorry.
Drive.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I haven't gone with her. Bill has before, and so I'm not sure like what it's like yet, but
It'll scare the bejesus out of you, pretty much.
yeah, I'm sure. She's like a really like responsible kid though, so I feel like that's probably going to translate over to the driving as well.
You'd think. You'd
Yeah,
think.
hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
So they're not really interested in, they're interested in music, but they're not interested in going to see concerts with their mom and dad. I guess I don't, as far as William does go to a lot of shows. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, he's going to be exposed to that at some point of his life, and I think he already is aware of like what people are doing and what it is.
Yeah, I haven't been the best influence being in that little, like our little crew. I have definitely said things in front of him. I'm like, I probably shouldn't be saying that in front of William right now. And it, like I always have to retract. I'm like, William, you didn't hear that every time. Like, William, you didn't hear me talk about that.
Earmuffs. Yeah,
And
Earmuffs.
he's
earmuffs.
just like, you're cool. Don't worry about it. He's such a cool kid.
He's such a cool kid. I was asking Bill last time. So William came with us one of the New Year's Eve shows. We hung out before. And he's like 11, right?
Yeah.
I was chatting with Bill actually. I was like, so at shows, like I see people light up joints everywhere. Like it's just there. Like, do people ever say anything to you? Do they turn around? He's like, a lot of people actually turn around and say like, hey, do you mind if we smoke this right here? Like, because they see William's, like, he's obviously a kid. And Bill was saying people are actually pretty kind and will like make sure they blow it somewhere else or like take a step away or trade spots with William. So like he's not directly in like the line of fire. But I had these questions for Bill because I was quite curious because I know I've seen things at Phish shows that I'm like, I go to a lot of shows and Phish shows are different.
It can be, yeah. Yeah. But that's great. It's good to get your kids exposed to different situations and types of people, and the jam band community is very open that way. And I think that that's kind of a good way to introduce them to something responsibly. So I totally understand. And most people are respectful of the children and want them to be there and understand that, you're a little bit of an example. So maybe if you see a kid, like, buck it up. Don't go stumbling around too much. So that's how I've always felt about it. Brooke, with your fur babies, I know that's if you have concerts where you guys are both traveling or going somewhere, what is your choice to take care of the dog? Do you take them with you, or do you take them to a kennel, or do you have friends or family? How are you handling that? Because I know that's not easy either.
Yeah, so I know Jordan's, I think, taken her to maybe like a couple like Central Park concerts if she can be on the grass. But typically, we have a really amazing dog walker who also does dog sitting. So if it's a quick trip, we'll leave her with our dog walker. But if we're like super long trips traveling, we'll bring her upstate to my parents. And she's in the woods and very happy and feels like she's at her vacation home. So, but yeah, it's too, I know some people do travel with their dogs. I feel like that'd be really hard and a lot, and I'm a sucker. So I feel like I'd end up back at the hotel with her. So it's easier for me if she goes with someone else.
That's a good way to put it, because you do worry.
Yeah.
You do worry when you're off.
I do.
Yeah.
I would worry. I mean, she's a corgi. She's very low to the ground, so I would worry about her eating something
Oh
she
gosh.
shouldn't. But we often, I know Jordan, he has had people over to watch shows. We have a really great terrace that we've like streamed shows outside, and even that I get kind of like, is it too loud for Butters? Is she, what
Yeah.
are people doing? I don't want her eating stuff. Yeah, so probably like small toddlers. I'm just very aware of what is she breathing in? What could she possibly put in her mouth?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if we're traveling, she's usually with someone else.
See, and it's I had dogs and kids when I was seeing shows, and that's a whole other level of trying to figure
Yeah.
crap out. I had some people watching animals, some people watching kids. There were people that were switching and watching the kid and then watching the animals. So it can be a lot. So
It is
I'm
a
not saying
lot.
that's anything less than kids. It's a whole nother.
Yeah, you're still concerned, like if they're around it. Yeah, just kind of what's going on in their environment so that they're not
Absolutely.
getting sick from it. But I know she loves when we have people over to then like, get their attention and make them pay attention to her, not the TV.
That's her job.
Yeah.
It is her job.
Yeah. You're really lucky that you have, family that can take her too. And, the financial aspect, because I also have a corgi. For me, as like a person who doesn't really like have family close by, we don't really like, I have to pay for a kennel or pay for a sitter or whatever. And it's almost usually the cost of like another hotel room. So like,
Mhm.
it really straps my budget a lot for traveling. And it definitely is one of those things. It's like, you have to think about it. You have to like really plan how you're going to do tour when you have fur babies.
No,
Yep.
it's true. And I think even it's probably why Jordan and we sometimes do things separately. It's because that way one of us can stay back with Butters and the other one can go travel because it saves you money and the stress. So I get it too. Yeah, it's tough with fur babies or real babies and kids. It's a whole other expense when you want to go travel and see and do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love them both. So let me go back to the question I was going to ask. If you don't go to a show with your husband, what is it that you're doing?
I love this question. Because so I often will actually sometimes it's nice when Jordan, not nice, but when he's away, it allows me to go see my friends and family and not have to worry, if we're spending enough time together. Sometimes when he's traveling or I'm traveling, it allows the other person to kind of catch up with their friends or do things for them. But oftentimes I am shopping or I'm buying a new bag or I'm getting Botox. I don't know. I spend my money probably on high fashion and then cosmetic procedures because it is not cheap to go travel and see these shows. And we do not have kids. So I kind of use it as a reason to treat myself.
I like that answer. That's a good
Yeah.
answer.
So when he goes and does, then I probably go and buy.
Right on.
Now, is Jordan on board with that? Like, is he cool with you spending money on those things?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of probably not the Botox stuff as much because he thinks I'm crazy. But yeah, I think he kind of understands like it brings us different levels of joy. And I think he does understand the expense or maybe he feels guilty when he leaves me quite often to go see shows. There's years he spends more vacation time on his bands than us. So I think it also is a way for him, to buy my love and affection. I think he kind of understands happiness, not everyone experiences happiness in the same way. So if he's happy at a show and I'm happy with something new, then it works out. He also doesn't have a choice.
I'm gonna follow Brooke's advice.
Because I was so scared. I'm like, people listening are going to be like, she's evil.
Right. So just so you know, I am taking your advice. So Josh and I have, I believe, now come to an understanding. I will say it took me a long time to get comfortable with what has been happening the past couple of years. I didn't understand the traveling to, like, I'm all for seeing shows. I didn't understand these one-off shows in Detroit, Michigan, or wherever. And it took me a long time to get comfortable with staying in hotels and getting home at 4 a.m. after going to see a show and then going to an after show. It's not a trust issue. It's more like a, what the fuck are you doing till 4 a.m. issue? But I've come to understand what's happening. I've come to realize that it really brings him joy. And, I was worried, full disclosure, about women. I didn't know, like, is this like, what's happening at these things? And when you're not there and I'm home, I work full time and we have 3 kids. So that's what I'm doing
Yeah.
while
yeah.
he's playing. And when he would text me, oh, I'm so tired, I wanted to be like, you fucking kidding me?
Preach. I don't have kids, but preach.
Again, I've now really come and made peace with it because I do understand the joy it brings him, and it sort of fills his cup. Where I have an amazing group of girlfriends that fill my cup, and they're all local. So I'm really lucky that I get to see them for dinners, or we all have young kids. So for a giant play date. So for me, that's really my, outside of my family, way to fill my cup. And I think for him, this is really important. So I'm really trying to, understand it. And I'm now getting better at expressing and saying, no, you can't go to 17 shows over the next 3 weeks. I'm really starting to say, here's when you can go. Here's when I can figure it out with my schedule. And financially speaking,
Yeah, that's fair.
it's been a journey, but a beautiful journey. I think we've come to a really solid place with him experiencing this music and me feeling loved and supported, and not just like, okay, I'm leaving for another 3 days.
Right.
And I'm also getting better at booking girls trips. So now he does this, and I can, I used to feel such guilt for leaving the kids and leaving work and and he doesn't feel guilt. So I'm learning it's okay. It's, we work hard, and I have a lot of family locally. So everyone is really supportive. So when he leaves, though I am alone, somebody's always here. My sister, my brothers, my parents, someone's always here. So it's sort of nice. And Josh and I miss each other, and then he gets back and it feels really good to have him home. So it's been a long journey, but a good journey.
That's good to hear. And it's totally fair. I mean, if you're the one only being home taking care of the kids in the house, that's not a partnership. So I totally get it. And he's one of the people where like, I gotta check with the wife. I always gotta check. Like, we were trying to get him to stay for Asbury so hard. And he's like, no, I gotta get home. We're like, dude, maybe you shouldn't drive right after a show all the way back from the shore.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. That's nice to hear. He was really trying initially, like, okay, I'm not going to stay over. I'm going to drive 4 hours home after a show. So then that was equally as bad because I'm up making sure he's like, getting home safe. So I do think I get it now. I really do understand the love that you all have.
And the women thing, you don't have to worry about because there's not many of us there.
My own
There's
crazy.
not
It's nobody...
many of us there, so he doesn't have very good odds.
Yeah, that's why we started this, because we didn't see anyone who really looked like us. So we were like, we all have voices. We hang out. We formed our own little girl group for shows. And don't get us wrong, like Jordan, Bill, Josh, all join us. Like, we know all 3 of them quite well, just from coming to shows. But it's really nice to have like men that we trust around us, and like,
it's kind of beautiful.
We watch out for each other. We all watch out for each other.
It's just fun vibes, and like I love when I see their faces at a show. Like, I can spot Josh's hat anywhere, and I'm like, okay, good, friendly face near.
And we had to keep track of Josh after Asbury. The most fun I had was going to the boardwalk, because the boardwalk was right there, and we were wandering around. I wish I had a leash on him, because he just kept wandering, and then he'd text, "Where is everybody?" We're like, "Dude, you wandered off. Come back." So we keep track of each other. It's kind of nice. It's so awesome.
Nice.
And even at the Cap shows, Rebelo, a couple weeks ago, Nikki wasn't there, but her partner Matt was. And Nikki was texting me, Matt was having a really bad day, like, watch out for him. I grabbed him. I was like, come join our section. Like, we're one big family.
It's really nice.
We really love your husbands. Like,
yeah, your husbands are awesome. They're like brothers. That's exactly how I feel about them.
I love this. I should say the thing about women, that's my own crazy. That's like, there's
No,
nothing
it's a
ever
normal
happened.
thing.
I don't want you to
That's
think like,
normal.
it's just that it's a whole new world that I'm like, and
Heck
Twitter.
yeah.
So I don't understand Twitter at all. I'm like, I don't really use it. So yeah, when I go on, I just see political stuff. So I stay off of there. But even Twitter for me was like a huge new world because he's really on Twitter and we can probably get to that later, but Twitter's such a big part of this community. And at first I was like, who are these? Like, who are you talking to? Again, now I get it, kind of.
It's a different type of world. It really is. But yeah, I mean, because of the pandemic, we didn't know our faces or people for a very long time. And once we got to know the humans in human form, it became more of like, yeah, I like hanging out with these people. These are cool people. I can trust these people. This is a good person to be around. It's not somebody that's, looking for the wrong drugs or hanging out with the wrong people or trying to get money for something or letting other people just do whatever they want. And they're and especially the Asbury House, like kind of even shine a light on that even more, is that even though we had people invited over, I didn't feel unsafe. I didn't feel like people were going to trash it at all. So it was kind of a good thing to get exposure to humans. But I digress. Mandi, what do you do when you're not at shows?
So when I'm not at shows, I'm, doing I have like, people are always asking me like, where's Bill? Like if I'm at like something in the neighborhood and he's not there. I'm like, he's at a show. And they're like, oh, why didn't you go? And my joke is, someone's got to parent these children. But I feel like I always say it to this one particular dad. He's always like, where's Bill at? Because of course they want to hang out with them, And but yeah, just parenting the children. I like to, if Bill's away for the weekend, we will like get takeout, usually Indian food. Anna and I like Indian food, and then like try to make it last the whole weekend. So I'm like not cooking anything. I'm trying to like, and then I'll cash in whenever he's around, and it's like I don't feel like picking Anna up from something late at night. It's like, okay, well,
You're on.
it's like you traveled last weekend, I dealt with it, so you get to do the 11:30 pickup tonight.
Right on. Right on.
So
That's the way it should be.
yeah.
So what advice do you have for other jam band community wives / moms? Maybe some tips, something that would be something you learned from this that you would not have known otherwise.
Sure. So I do think we're better now at maybe planning our year in advance to see when do we want to take vacation? What other, family events or weddings do we have to kind of know in advance the time that we'll be traveling together or not traveling together. I think it helps to create a balance. And then I can also point out like, gee, those are 20 Phish travel days and 5 days for us to go away. So I think just kind of maybe planning in advance. And if you're in a relationship though, where you go with your significant other to all the shows, I think that's awesome and beautiful. I think it's really great to experience music together. But if you don't, I think planning in advance is good. And I know even Courtney, you were saying, schedule stuff for yourself too. Make sure you are doing girl trips and family trips and things for you, and that it's not all about if they're the main music goer, what they want to see and do. So definitely communication. I do think, if you are new to the jam music scene, for some people that have, been introduced and really got into it, it's amazing. So, give your partner's music taste a try. Jordan's definitely, he's seen Alicia Keys with me, Justin Timberlake. Eventually I'll get him to like a techno show. I just can't be out that late anymore. But I think too, making sure that you guys are doing other things for each other and experiencing other parts of your life and trying new things, and also, planning at other times, maybe where it's not around music, where you can do things just for each other. And then advice, stick your ground, women, men, like whoever you're in a relationship, like, you are in that relationship. And I think you guys, make sure that you come first in it. But I do think there's something about understanding what brings your partner happiness. And if it is music, then allowing them space to do that. I will say one I don't know if his account's still going, but there was an account Jordan used to show me, and it was called My Wife Hates Phish. And I think it kind of helped get me through, because I often felt sometimes bad being like the bitchy wife. And I always joke that Jordan's friends are like, oh, where's your wife at? Because I'm not a Jam fan and a total fan of the community. But I've since got to meet a lot of his friends too, and I think that has helped as well, to kind of get to know who he's hanging out with, so I know he is with safe, good people, and that I can trust him, and that I know he is being safe. And definitely when he is traveling, just having him check in with me, knowing I'll be asleep when he gets home at 4 a.m. But just text me so I know you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, you said it beautifully. I think the key is being honest. If something's making you feel uncomfortable, say it. So, I think we came to a great place because I said, this is what I'm comfortable with, and this is what I'm not comfortable with. And really being open and honest. I am really happy that Josh has found this community. It is so beautiful. It has brought him such joy. The people he has met. I mean, my daughter's bat mitzvah is coming up in 2 months, and he invited a couple of his friends, and he said he can't imagine them not being there. We invited Jeff from Goose, and I think he's coming. All that to say, the advice is, be confident in your relationship. Know that, and I'm really still working on this, but that, our family is Josh's number one priority, and the music is secondary. And when I kind of think, okay, this is just his hobby, and though a weird hobby that causes him to travel and stay with strangers, it is a hobby. And just really being mindful that he can enjoy his time, and in turn, I don't have to feel guilt for taking what I need in my time. I love Broadway, so I go see shows in New York quite often with my daughter and my mom. And I used to feel really bad leaving literally I was gone 6 hours, and now I don't feel bad anymore. It's fun, and and that's just a few hours. So I think it's really made us grow, if anything, which I didn't think was possible after 22 years, but it's possible.
Mandi, you got any advice?
I feel like Courtney and Brooke kind of took all the good ones.
Yeah, it's very much like communication it seems like it's so key. And in my own relationship, we're starting to already talk about those things too. And it's definitely key.
Yeah, definitely.
So one last serious question, and then I'm going to let Jess take over. But in the spirit of Women's History Month, we really want to ask you about which women are most influential to you. Do you have any favorite women musicians? Anybody that's influenced you the most on your life that you would want to speak to?
Sure. So musically,
Musically or life?
I'm on a Beyonce kick. I'm going with Beyonce, but I'm kind of also going to say Taylor Swift in a way. I like her. I'm not the biggest fan, but I do think she's someone that has gone through a lot of ups and downs and still perseveres. And I think tries to stay true to herself and her friends. And I think that's beautiful. And then women, I'm definitely going to say my mom. I don't, just when I think of like a strong ass woman that has dealt with a lot of shit and pushes through, I'm going to say my mama.
Right on.
Well, she puts up with me. I'm a handful.
Musically, I grew up listening to Ani DeFranco and Fiona Apple and Indigo Girls, and I love these women so fiercely, and they were the playlist from my teenage years. So I think those were my biggest female influencers. And then on a personal level, it would be my mom and my sister, and even my daughter. She's teaching me, so she's only 12, but she's my favorite person to shop with. So it would be, I love that you're really highlighting women, because I think, we're forgotten sometimes, but we're really the only ones that matter.
Right on. Mandi, you're next.
So I can't think of female music that's really influenced me, but I would definitely say, like, for women, my mom and Bill's mom. And it's interesting. I hadn't thought about my daughters, but they do, Courtney's right, they do teach you about like, I don't know, makeup. They're like, they know so much about like skincare and makeup that I like. I'll be like, is this a good product? Should I like get this? And they're like, no, like look, this one, get this one. I'm like, okay. So I would have to say, you know, them as well.
Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to do at this point is let Jess take over for a few minutes and do some Spitfire questions and then see how you guys do on the lightning round.
I'm bad at trivia. This is not going to go well.
So these are all fish related questions. So these were actually submitted by Jordan.
Oh God.
So we've split them out once for each of you. Yeah, we're gonna do a little quick fish trivia, see where we net out. What have you absorbed from your husbands?
Too much.
Let's hope so. All right, let's begin. Mandi, what animal's end was the road?
I have no idea. I feel like he made these too hard.
Brooke, you know?
That's a possum.
Woo!
That's one fish song I really like, actually. It's hilarious when you grow up in the woods and you drive over a lot of dead animals.
You can relate, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Courtney, in what state did the members of Phish meet?
Oh, in what state did they meet? Right, so not Connecticut, because I think that's Goose. So I'm going, oh, I'm gonna get this wrong. Sorry, honey. I'm going New York?
Nope.
Sorry.
Anybody else want to answer?
Mandi, do you know?
Vermont.
Yes.
Boop, boop. Ding, ding, ding.
My friend is from the one that introduced me to Phish is from Vermont. From
Oh,
like, so I think that's why she was so into them because they went to like what
they were
UVM?
local.
Did they go to UVM?
They did for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
Brooke, finish this sentence. Page side.
God, I have no idea.
Courtney?
I keep going, never miss a Sunday show, and then
Page side.
wrong side? No.
No.
Mandi?
I don't know. I know what you're saying, but I don't know.
Yeah,
who the
I
other
do
side
too.
is.
All right, Nikki, answer the question.
It's page side, rage side.
Rage side.
Good.
All right. Mandi, can you name the members of Phish?
No. I can't name the members of Goose either. I'll be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I love you, Mandi. I love
can
you.
try.
Go for it.
So Trey, John Fishman, the other one. Wait, the one that wears a dress is Fishman?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fishman.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are
So
the
then
two that I know,
Trey,
Trey.
and then the cute, he's like kind of cute. What's his name?
Page.
Yeah, yeah.
Page side.
Page. Page side, rage side. Bass guy. Call him Cactus.
Cactus.
I'm actually looking at, I'm looking at a Phish post.
Are there names on the poster?
I'm terrible with names in general. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Mike Gordon. Mike Gordon.
Oh, Mike Gordon. Right.
Yeah.
Josh is going to kill me. I'm
Close,
an
very
embarrassment.
close.
Gordon's gonna be embarrassed.
All your husbands are coming after you.
Bill's head's gonna explode when he hears that I don't know. I couldn't name the members of Goose.
Well, they just got a new one, so it's not your
Yeah,
fault.
that's true.
Yeah.
Fish has been around longer, so
Yeah.
you've had more time to learn.
It is Paige McConnell, if you didn't know the last name. It's McConnell.
All right, Brooke, what is the full name of the song YEM?
Oh, Jesus, this is I do know this. Yeah, You Enjoy Myself.
Woohoo!
I also created Jordan's Twitter handle because we were once at Old Navy and there was a shirt that said, I think they're 4 a.m. And I'm like, oh, it should say, I think they're 4 a.m. And that took off my husband's handle.
I was going to say, if you didn't get that right, you might be in trouble.
Behind every man is a woman. I'm sorry. It just is. It is.
Okay, Courtney, what venue has Phish played the most times?
Oh, I'm gonna go Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Very good.
And they also hold the record, like the record for the second band that's played there the most too.
Who's the first? Oh,
Yeah.
Billy Joel.
And they have a flag hanging. I hate it. They have like a flag hanging in MSG. Yeah.
It's awesome.
I want
Yeah.
to rip it down.
All right, Mandy. What alternate instrument does Fishman sometimes play? Quotations.
Instrument quotations.
I should be able to phone a friend. I hear William out there, but he knows.
Call him in. You can phone him.
You can phone a friend if you want.
I think he ran back outside. I don't know.
No? Anybody know?
Is it the vacuum?
It is the vacuum.
Which is funny because my husband loves fish but will not touch a vacuum. So I have an issue here.
Okay.
You think
Typical.
it would translate.
I have an issue. I'm excited for him to listen to this.
All right, Mandy, I'm going to give you another one. What is the name of the place in Trey's senior thesis? This is whatever your husbands were talking about after New Year's.
I don't know.
Courtney?
They put the big show on. It was very cool to watch on TV. It's a weird
Starts with a G.
All right, Brooke, go for it.
go, Brooke.
Game hens. I
Game
don't know what
hens.
game hen is. I don't want to win this anymore.
You win.
Because then everyone is like, oh, you should go to a show. You know so much. And I'm like, no.
All right, this last one we're going to hand off to all three of you, and you cannot repeat what the person before you said. Name 3 songs. Mandy, we'll start with you.
Sure. Velvet Sea, Bouncing Around the Room, Fishman, the Wolfman's Brother.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. Courtney?
Waste, Divided Sky, Tweezer Reprise.
Woohoo!
Okay, every fish show I went to, I got a tweezer reprise. So I never think that song is special. And everyone's like, really cool. And I'm like, I got 11 and I didn't even want it.
We walked into our wedding to that song.
Did you? That's awesome. I love it.
I only allowed the DJ at our wedding to play one fish song, and he came over to me and he's like, you didn't tell me it was 14 minutes. I'm like, this is like short edition. I'm like, really? It's 28. I'm sparing. Yeah. Okay, what song? I don't want to repeat. Santos? Say it to me, Santos. Yem. And I don't think anyone said possum. We spoke about possum.
Right? Yeah. Woo! Good job.
Yay!
Good
You guys
job.
all win.
For being the bitter wife here, I know too much.
You do know a lot.
Probably
You do
how
know a
you
lot.
moms feel when your kids, watch certain shows and listen, and you're suddenly like, oh my gosh, I know everything about Paw Patrol or something.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Fish. It's like the osmosis of like, no, this.
It happens. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for spending some time with us. This was fantastic. This was a lot of
was
fun.
so
I
much
hope
fun.
you guys enjoyed yourself as much as we did.
It was really fun. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I am pro women support group.
Yeah.
Or
woo, woo, woo.
significant other.
Well, we're gonna reunite in New York.
Yes,
This is now a post-show self-help group. When you need help, call us. We have a little women's support group.
Right on.
Phone a friend.
I love it.
Yes.
Phone a friend. Exactly.
When Fish announced summer tour, Jordan texted me right away, and I was just like, "Can I ask which ones you think we're gonna go?"
I feel you, Brooke. I feel you.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
This pod is made by women for everyone. We wouldn't be here without you, and we want to hear from you all. Please go to our website, Guest Fill In Form, DM us on Twitter or Instagram, and let us know what you're up to. We're planning segments to cover it all. Are you starting a new fashion line, volunteering with the community? Did something in the jam scene change your life? Come tell us about it. We wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't ask you to follow us on all the socials and rate us on your favorite podcast app. We'll be back in April to prepare for the festival season. Talk to y'all soon.